With the laws set to change later this year, it's an exciting time for cannabis in Canada. Yet with many unanswered questions, it's a confusing time for consumers and producers. In this series, we wade through the murky waters of legalization, talk to the experts, and weed out any uncertainty about Vancouver's most controversial plant. This is Vannabis 101.
I'm really excited about cannabis being a forerunner in the capacity to address people's pain, but in a way that is more plant medicine based, more natural, and less harmful to other systems in our bodies.
Yeah, I think we all kind of consume medically to some level, you know. It seems to help a myriad of different symptoms, and, you know, I think we're all trying to be as perfect and as healthy as we possibly can. If cannabis can help with that in any way at all, then that might be an avenue to explore.
For the longest time, most people in the recreational and in the medicinal market were just so pleased that they have access to cannabis that they weren't questioning, how is this cannabis grown? Where was it grown? What was the intention when it was grown? How is it being processed? How is it being extracted? And that doesn't necessarily exist in the cannabis world yet.
Testing is like really a cornerstone of legalized cannabis use. Randomly select portions of that batch, package it up, send it to a lab like ours. We would do, the range of tests right now are analyzing potency, looking for heavy metals, looking for the presence of aflatoxins, pesticides, and testing for bacteria and mold.
Very important, it's just, you want to be as healthy as you possibly can be. So what you put into your body, you definitely want to know what that entails.
Just trying to empower patients to have more control over their medicine.
Looking at your growers and looking at their growing methods and, how they're approaching growing their product is, I think that's pretty important.
Testing is different than for pharmaceuticals in that it really acknowledges sort of botanical origin of the plant. There's sort of specialized tests that acknowledge the kind of special status of cannabis that are different than a pharmaceutical.
We have the right to ask as much about cannabis that we would ask about Ativan, or we would ask about penicillin, or we would ask about any kind of epileptic medication. So it's in your right to ask.
But to access medical cannabis in our new framework, you need a home address, you need a credit product of some kind, you need to see a doctor to get a prescription. There's so many barriers to entry for medical cannabis.
I was diagnosed with large B intravascular lymphoma. It's a very rare type of lymphoma. They've never found in live people except for me. I went through chemo, radiation, and then they sent me home to die. 6 years ago. They gave me less than 6 weeks to live. I started taking Phoenix Tears oil. Within a week, I sat up and looked at my brother and said, I want to go out for lunch. My liver is now at 100%. They said that would never happen.
I would love to see a contemplation of an opportunity for a therapeutic stream that acknowledges that some people are using cannabis not just as a party option and not just to have fun, but are also using it to address health concerns that maybe they don't need to be dependent on the medical system for.
I think we're all trying to be as perfect and as healthy as we possibly can. If cannabis can help with that in any way at all, take it in small doses and make it incremental and just see how it affects your life. If it's positive, keep on going.
Cannabis saved my life, and it cured the damage that happened from the chemotherapy and the radiation. It's the best thing ever.
Previous legislation, we had the Compassion Club, which acknowledged that to a certain extent, that there is a gray area between recreational and medical use. I really think that we need to find some way to incorporate that third stream. This is something that you are accessing to manage your personal well-being and physical health in a more natural kind of way.